What is going on YouTube? Today I got unfortunately a short video again because listen, I got a buy one get one from this place. I seen a TikTok on it and it was like 15 minutes away from me. So I'm like, okay, let me get this restaurant. Originally in the video they showed this like Nashville chicken fries. I didn't want to get that because fries, if it's like even 5 minutes away, by the time you get it, it'll be cold. So unless it's like a poutine because the gravy is just like making it super hot, but even then poutine's pushing it. So this place called Clucks. I'll do the fries a different time when I go there, but I went to a place called Clucks and I got a Nashville hot chicken and waffle sandwich. It's both of them mixed together in a sandwich. I'm like, that sounds cool. And it's a buy one, get one. I gave the first one away, so I got the second one, but this thing is so small. Like, I thought it'd be big. The picture made it look massive, but this thing is like, what is this? This is so disappointing. Look at this. Look at this. For like 30 bucks. Look at this. And look, I got a drink. This is my own drink. I brought it. I didn't even, like, look at 30 bucks. Like, look at, man. I want to review Hereditary too while I eat this, but this thing's gonna take me like 5 minutes to eat. So it's just like, I don't know. Before we get started, remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Leave a comment down below if anything you're trying to talk about. Down to this, I'll share timestamps down below. Let's take it out. First bite. I mean, it's pretty good though. It's pretty good. Just that sauce with the chicken and that kind of like sweetness of the waffle's pretty good. You know, I'll still do the Hereditary review because I've already seen it. It's been a while since like I've watched it, but when it comes to horror movies, Hereditary is up there. It's definitely one of my favorites. And the reason why Hereditary is one of my favorites, before we get started into that, how was your guys' day today? My day wasn't too bad. It was interesting. Unfortunately, I can't say why it's interesting, but you know, this has to do with work. But in terms of sandwich, I actually really like it. Like I said, the sweetness goes well with the chicken. The chicken's got a nice little spice to it. Sweetness works with it too. It's not like too overly sweet. And then there's like a sauce in this thing. Like, there's like a nice Nashville, like maybe it's like just mayo, but it's pretty good. Good. But anyways, let's talk about Hereditary pretty quickly. Or maybe not so quickly because, you know, there's a lot to say about it, but you know, quicker than I guess I usually would do it. I'll start off with this. Hereditary is one of my all-time favorite horror movies. I know people love like The Thing and The Shining, Psycho, a lot of Alfred Hitchcock movies and all that stuff, which I also like too. All those things are amazing, but I just like Hereditary to me and Conjuring are such good movies. Now, Conjuring, I'd say I like it less than Hereditary, just because Conjuring is just like, it's very like basic, but it's very good. I love James Wan as a director, and in Conjuring, basically the demon's not afraid to like throw people around in the middle of the day, no matter who's there. Love it. Hereditary is a bit different. Hereditary is a cult movie. So basically this family's grandma is into this cult and she needs to sacrifice her kid or her kid's kid, her grandchildren, in order to bring back this demon named Paimon. And if you bring back Paimon, he's said to give you wealth and knowledge and all that stuff, right? So the grandma has a daughter and a son, but the son ends up killing himself because he's just like, okay, I don't want to deal with our grandma because she's trying to like put something or someone into me. And then she tries to do it with her daughter's son, but the daughter keeps the son away. And then she does it with Charlie, which is like the daughter. And it's just so crazy to me. There's so many things in the movie. They're just so incredible. From everything from the story, from the foreshadowing, like knowing that everything in these guys' life is just like planned to the T to get Paimon back to life. Now, the way they do this is pretty interesting. This is going to be a spoiler because for anyone who's like seen Hereditary. Hasn't seen, I'm sorry. The plan is to put Paimon into Charlie, kill Charlie, and then kill the son so that Paimon can go into the son's body, right? Because the spirits like float around. But they do it such a good way and the acting's so good. And then the way they go about it, the pacing of the movie is really well done too, because it shows that like the family's like super disconnected, and then through the death of the daughter they tried to come back and be connected, but they just can't do it. And you know, their thing that's stopping them from doing it is just the life that they had up until now. And I'd like to blame the grandma for all of it, because grandma's to blame for all of it. And there's so many Easter eggs in the movie. Like, so many Easter eggs in the movie. Like, for example, in the movie, there's a quick establishing shot of the whole house where it goes from daytime to darkness. And as soon as you do that, in the background of the house, I gotta squint or have the brightness up a bit, but all the naked cult members are surrounding the house, but it's in the darkness, so you can't really see it. That's one. Another one is when Toni Collette, because I don't remember her name in the movie, but that's the name of the mom, her actual name. When Toni Collette meets Joanne, I think Joanne's her name, like the grandma's friend, well, which we find out later. But when she meets her, she's like, oh, like, I'm a medium or whatever. I can bring people back from, like, you know, the dead and speak to them. When she meets her at the Walmart, I'm gonna call it Walmart, but the superstore, you see her there and she's like buying a bunch of stuff, right? And one of the things that she's buying and she's putting in her trunk, it's a chalkboard. But if you guys remember, when she goes back to Joanne's house and she like does a seance, Joanne's just like, oh, this chalkboard belonged to my grandson, or whatever, Jimmy or Timmy or whatever the kid's name is, or her son, whatever the kid his name is. That's obviously like, because we just seen her buy it, but she's trying to convince her that like it's her son's, but she believes it because she's not paying attention to what she's buying. Maybe we would, but like she's not, right? Or maybe we wouldn't. There's so many more, but that's not even my favorite one. So this one didn't make sense to me until like last week. This movie's like Interstellar, trying to figure out all the little things for the movie. But when Toni Collette and her son and her dad are at dinner and they're yelling, right? Toni Collette's yelling at the son. She's like, oh, your sister's dead, da, 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 and you always had that face on your face or whatever. Like that look on your face, that face on your face, right? And us, the audience, is seeing it, right? And we're just like, what is she talking about? At least in the moment, we're probably not like, what is she talking about? But when you think back to it, she's like, what is she talking about? Because his face just looks normal. He just looks like he's just like looking at her. But there's a scene like immediately afterwards. Or was it beforehand? I think it was beforehand. I don't know when it was. But when he like sees a blue light and he looks into the left of him and he looks into like the mirror, and in the mirror, it shows his face just going like, just like smiling, right? So when she's saying that look on his face, she's referring to that face because everyone sees him making that smirk. But we don't see it as the audience because we don't see him as being possessed. We just see him as he actually is. But the rest of the cast in the movie is supposed to be seeing him as he's possessed or being possessed by Pyman. When I learned that, I'm like, this movie's great. Writing and like dialogue just goes such a long way in movies. Oh man. I wish this was a whole sandwich. Like a whole waffle. It's good. Even the ending. A lot of people don't like the ending. I like the ending. Oh, it was really good. There's also another scene in the movie where Peter, that's his name. I just remembered his name. His name is Peter. He's like smoking outside his window or like breathing outside his window when he's smoking. And then you can kind of see someone exhaling because there's always like the cult members like watching them and stuff like that. It's just even if you don't like it for the story, the attention to detail in the movie is like, it's crazy. It's like Get Out levels of attention to detail. And people like Midsommar more, and I don't understand how, because even though Midsommar has like small details like this, they're not on the level of Hereditary. At least I don't know that they are. If someone could tell me the details on Midsommar, I'd be like, okay, but I don't know. I don't think they are. Final bite here, unfortunately. Man, it was good. When Charlie goes like, or whatever, which she keeps like, I don't know, clucking her tongue or whatever. I believe that's like a way of like letting people know that Pyman's there or Pyman's around or Pyman's like showing, etc. When Peter goes to the attic too, he's alerted, I'm pretty sure, by the people standing in the corner by like that same noise that like because it's Pyman and the cult members. Like, this movie's so good. I wish I had more food so I could talk about it more, but you know, that's just how it is sometimes. With that being said, remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below of anything you're trying to talk about. Down to this, I'll check out shit videos in the side. And yeah, that was Clucks. I actually really like that sandwich. Like the mix between like the sweet And then the kind of savory, I think, of the chicken and the waffles, and the nice spiciness of the sauce, and the main, I guess the main is a ranch. I think that went well nicely together. I can't wait to go there and try their Nashville chicken fries, like hot fries. That's probably good. But because of the sizing, and because it cost me 30 bucks for like a small little thing, I'm gonna give it like a 7 out of 10, because, you know, maybe if I ate both of them, I give it like an 8, 8.5, but still I got one. 7 out of 10. And Hereditary is like a 10 out of 10 movie for me. I love Hereditary. I don't like, the ending doesn't take it away from me, because it is at the end of the day like a sci-fi movie. It's like a horror, like fiction movie, and you already know that like some next level supernatural things are happening in the movie. So it's like, what am I'm gonna take away the movie for having what it's supposed to have in the movie? Nah, I don't know. I think it's like a 10 out of 10. Maybe it's not like a 10 out of 10 like how other movies are 10 out of 10s. Like, for example, I love Old Boy. Old Boy's 10 out of 10 for me. Would I call it it's the same 10 out of 10 as Hereditary? I don't know. 10 out of 10 in different levels, you know? But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and the food. Sorry it wasn't that much, but we'll hopefully not get bamboozled for the next thing. So yeah, that was Clucks, Nashville hot chicken and waffle sandwich, 7 out of 10. Hereditary, 10 out of 10. First review, and peace.